You on? And can we hear when I speak? We can. This is going to be new for me. Baby's first ever motovlog. And on this lovely, lovely sunny day. Well, sunny afternoon. It is currently not 5 to 10, as my bike thinks that it is. It's actually finished about 6:30, I think. And I thought to myself, I would carry you along for a ride. I'm heading off out to Exeter way to hang out with a friend of mine, and I thought, let's try and wait for this car to go. Yeah, I'm heading out to Exeter way, and I thought to myself, what better thing to do and get my camera up and running so that I could take my camera with me, and at the same time we can practice some of my advanced rider techniques, which I've been doing over the last few months. Shut this down so you can hear me a bit better. So yeah, I've been doing some advanced rider stuff over the last few months, and yeah, this is sort of a bit of an opportunity, really, trying to get out as much as I can to sort of practice that, and yeah, see how we go. So there we go. This is Winkley. Well, this is the obviously Winkley. So a lot of the damage to the trees and stuff here from the drought. It's not good. Oh yeah, so I don't. Now that I'm sort of the camera's rolling, I don't know what to talk about really. But I guess I've got to try and kind of keep somewhat concentrated. There's a horrible pothole here that is just awful. Look at the size and state of that. So you've got to try not hit that because of collared dove there, not hit that. So yeah, the plan is today we're going to go and hang out with Edward, and we're going to see him and go and play some radio stuff. So, oh shit. So that'll be nice. Yeah, that'll be the plan. So it'll be interesting to see how the audio comes out on this, because as I said, the microphone is actually wedged in between my cheek pad. It's actually wedged up against my cheek pad, so I'll be curious to see how it actually sounds. I'm willing to bet it's not going to sound great, but I have got the microphone gain turned down, which I thought was quite a good idea, because the microphone was very, very loud coming through when I was talking. The microphone was just like very overexposed, and so yeah, I've swapped that out. So yeah, so in other news, I'm off on holiday very shortly, so that's very nice. I've just started a new job, that's also very nice. And as I said, yeah, I'm doing quite a lot of advanced riding courses. Excuse me, training, because I'm hoping to volunteer with the Blood Bikes pretty soon. So yeah, my hope is that I'll get good enough where I can, obviously, yeah, pass. I'm doing the I am course, which is a sort of a, you know, they sort of rate you down to silver and or you know, bronze, silver and gold. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to hit a silver, which, I don't know, I'm quietly confident. My instructor, the guy who's been out riding with me, has already said quite a few times, he's like, oh, your riding's actually, you know, you think you ride a very good ride. Really just sort of said the main things kind of keep in mind with me is that my speed and road positioning is I have a tendency to want to overtake people when it's probably not really wise to overtake people. As you know, most people do. But actually, that's not true. I don't overtake people that much, because I don't particularly like doing it. You know, especially if I'm out and about doing the speed limit like I am now. you know, a lot of the professional, like a lot of the higher standard riding stuff, it doesn't really translate really when you're doing faster than legal speeds. I mean, I'm sure that it does, and I'm sure that you can, yeah, better riders than I can maybe will probably not have a problem with it at all. But for me, yeah, it's not something I'm super good at yet. But what I have been doing quite a lot, which is getting back to bike and getting better at taking gear, which has been good. And also weirdly steering. It's one of those weird things, no one teaches you how to steer a bike. Well, at least when I did all my training, no one really taught me how to. Like, oh, you've ridden a bike before? And I was like, well, no, not really. I've ridden a push bike. And they're like, oh, it's the same principle. It's like, well, it's not. Yeah, you've got a lot more inertia to move with a motorcycle than you do with a push bike. But yeah, the whole idea of just counter leaning, so, or counter steering. So if you want to go right, you push right. If you want to go left, you push left. I tend to find it's a bit harder pushing right, sorry. So I will tend to instead pull left, or pull with my left hand. So my steering really is sort of in my left hand. I don't know if that's just me being a spanner, but you know, it seems to work all right. But yeah, you pull with your left, turn right, then you push with your left, turn left. So yeah. Anyway, in other news, this is what glorious Devon looks like. If you know, anyone's ever saying, oh wow, it's heaven in Devon, you know exactly what we're talking about now. Yeah. Anyway, I just figured, like I said, for the next few sort of months, I could, yeah, as I'm doing my course, if he's, you know, my instructor's okay with it, I might just record a few of them and just see how, you know, it looks and see how it kind of goes, because I think a lot of this stuff, you know, again, they haven't paid for it and whatever, and of course it is all a paid course. Yeah, let's try and engage the brain here. Give a nice big gap between me and the car in front, just so I've got enough room to move, should I need to. And of course, slow speed stuff, we're trading the back brake. That helps keep the bike stood up. Makes it easier for me to control it, especially with these boxer engines, because they tend to wobble. So this obviously is a GS 1200. It's an old 2006, so it's a fairly old girl now, actually, getting on a bit. Cool, alright. Wait until he starts turning before we go, because I know there's a junction down here, and I quite often know people don't, or people forget to turn the fucking indicators off because they're idiots. Yeah, and that again. Indicate, check mirrors, jump down, squeeze of the leg so we're not pushing against the bars of the hand. Treading on the back brake again. Yeah, it's hay season, or is that straw? I think it's hay season, so a lot of the farmers are out in force. Yeah, a lot of farmers are out in force doing their farmering, doing their hay collection. So where I live, it's just up behind a field, and it's yeah, I've been hearing them, bless them, they've been out there non-stop over the last couple of nights. They've just sort of been out and about, you know, cutting away and bagging away. And this heat's been pretty torturing, I reckon. Because I mean, now it's like, you know, it's not cold, but it's not hot. It's about 20 degrees, which you know, with a bit of wind chill at 60 mile an hour, you're probably looking, winds at 60 maybe, probably about 14-15 degrees maybe, so yeah, relatively comfortable. I've got all my vents open and I'm in my riding jeans obviously, brakes on the second, check the 3, probably should have, it's a horrible, that's kind of just me being a bit rubbish. It's like you either want to drop down, you don't really want to drop down to first, because the first just make your bike dive like it's doing now. Look, coming off the accelerator, it's quite aggressive, so you don't want to change out of first, but it's not quite enough in second. So yeah, anyway, you know, we live and we learn. I am learning as well, like a lot of stuff, like it does depend on who you ask, I'm sure, but you know, my instructor was busy saying like, oh, you know, I came from a Harley to this, and he was saying, oh, you know, your bike revs a lot higher than you give it credit for. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, all right, well, okay. And he was like, yeah, he said, you know, if you're like riding around at sort of 60 mile an hour, sometimes, you know, you want to be in sort of third gear, you know, third gear even, you know, but definitely between sort of fourth and fifth. And I just, yeah, I feel like it's just sacrilege really. That doesn't sit right with me at all. So I'm trying it, and you know, it's getting easier, I guess, to be up there again. I'm able to get a lot more power out of the bike, funnily enough, because obviously, yeah, I'm running it a lot harder. Just get and then in the corner, get close to him in the corner, but here and here we can probably just nip past him. Look, little blind bend, chickened out. Next one maybe though. Yeah, so it's sort of very much like staying in thinks I could have gone then if I'd a bit closer. This is the thing, it's like all of it's like a lot of stuff to remember at once, you know. It's no one, when, like I said, I've been riding for about 6 years, about 5 or 6 years, and I've done quite a lot of mileage in that time, but obviously one thing they never really sort of tell you is like how to do a lot of this stuff. They, you know, obviously you learn to pass your test, then once you've passed your test, that's sort of the, you know, that's kind of, you know, Bob's your uncle, that's kind of it really. Bit quick on the side there. But again, you know, you really can get up and go should you need to. Probably not the best overtake, that one, to be fair. That was a bit fucking shorter than I thought. It's one of those things where sometimes you're fine, and sometimes they, you know, speed up a bit more than you think. Obviously, it's hard once you've kind of committed to the overtake. It's you know, it's not easy to, I suppose, it is easy to back out, but you've got to make a decision at such a sort of a, you know, click of a finger. It's not always the most straightforward. It's still important to be out. So, you know, it's one of those things. Probably not a great overtake, that one, but it's fine. Give it a nod, give it a legend. So, yeah. But anyway, a lot of it just, I suppose, motoring on. So that's the plan. Try and get some footage and, you know, get out and bike a bit more. And as well, to be fair, like have the having the camera running just for the very fact of like it's a useful dash cam. You know, I've had a few people obviously been riding quite a bit at the moment, up with the training and that, and I've had quite a few people just like flat out pull out in front of me and just do sort of stupid shit. So, you know, having a kind of a record of that is always good. Yeah, I was talking about gearing. So yeah, it's having the bike in the right gear. I think, especially for overtakes, like just then, again, it's one of those things. That probably wasn't the best overtakes that I've done, but you know, it wasn't really the end of the world because I had enough get up and go within the bike to, well, yeah, obviously get up and go. Should I sort of need to, or when I needed to. And I was able to kind of come in, you know, with a bit of room to spare. I'm pretty sure it's one of those things. I'm sure a load of people on the comments will be like, ah, it's absolutely fine. You know, I've been overtaken and people like that for all my life and I've never had an accident. And, you know, and then you'll have the same brigade that's going to be like, oh, actually, you know, that was really dangerous. Another issue of mine is I trail brake quite a lot. Apparently that is a perfectly acceptable technique, but not for the specific I am course. So trail braking is not allowed. So that's kind of annoying because I do tend to do that. I don't really know where it came from. It just sort of, I guess I kind of just developed it. My reasoning was that obviously if you're trail braking, then you're putting a bit of extra pressure on the tyre, or you're loading the front tyre around the corner, which is, you know, kind of improves your grip. And very fair point. I'm sure you can see the state of the roads I'm riding on now. The instructor said to me, well, you know, basically, Charlie, like, you know, you're right in principle, and were you on a, you know, a racetrack where you can guarantee that the road surface is really smooth, then you'd be absolutely right. However, you know, because the road is shit in a lot of places, it was like, you know, one pothole or one bit of gravel, that's all it takes. And then of course that extra pressure on the tyre can make it just skid out. So I guess what he's saying is you know, have the confidence in your tyres basically. And to be fair, since I've been doing the again, since I've been doing the training, I've cut my chicken strips in half. And like I said, by no means was I a particularly slow rider. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm, you know, the next Marquez or anything. I'm pretty sure Jorge Martin has that particular pleasure. But yeah, I'm not bloody it's gonna put the cat amongst the pigeons. I'm not crap, you know, I'm not slow. So I've ridden quite a bit over the last 5-6 years. Used to go on quite long trips. Oh, that's not good. That traffic. Used to go on quite long trips with my Harley and all that. So, you know, I'm used to it a fair bit. So I'm fairly confident that I'm not going to be, you know, totally ass. But yeah. Okay. Get around this. But yeah, so I think obviously, you know, that's the thing, isn't it? It's just, you know, this system of motorcycle control, I am, Rospo, that sort of stuff, they're modelled off of the police bikes and the you know, police bikes and other sort of professional motorcycle riders, other than your, you know, Deliveroo drivers. So it's one of those things where, you know, I'm sure actually they probably know exactly what they're talking about and have a very good understanding of what they're talking about. And so yeah, of course this is always the fun part of rural Devon, is if you get stuck behind a tractor or a lorry, you're kind of fucked really. You might be able to get past them if you get a decent opportunity, but in this case no, because there's a junction just up here which I can't really get round, can't really overtake, and then we're on the motorway, so, well, the A roads. So, yeah. Cruising along in second. So fine so far. Bang lifesaver. And I do have quite a bit of traffic going up that way, so we might be able to get some filtering going on, but ladies and germs is never a good sign. Some nice little Morgan. Look like a Morgan. Oh, I can see that. It's cleared now, looks of it. Down the A30. We've got a guy. Nice Duke. Is that the 3090? It's the new one that they've come out with. Pretty bougie bit of kit. As they say, ain't no replacement for displacement. Right, the chances are I'm probably going to hear a lot of, why the fuck are you doing that? This is what I'm talking about. Like, why would you do that? You've got to merge onto a 60-mile-an-hour road. Why would you just slow down that much? Chances are I'm probably going to lose some of you for a bit, because I'm obviously now doing motorway speeds, and motorways are obviously a bit louder generally. But I'm sure if you can hear me still, fantastic. If not, then I will catch you as I am pulling off of the motorway. Then you'll be able to hear. Oh, actually, while I'm here, the rule of thumb. Now, apparently my following distance wasn't great. And so I now need to do my following distance properly. Apparently it's the width of your thumb, so that's about right, which to me sounds crazy. It's not a 2-second rule, it's a 60. Yeah, basically the idea is if your thumb is thicker than the car, then you're about right. If the car is bigger than your thumb, then you're too close. So go check how about right. Guess I'm about right. Yeah, close one eye about right. It's about here. And he was saying when you come to indicating to overtake, obviously primarily you're functioning for you're signaling to other people. So he was like, you turn your signal on for a couple of seconds and kind of keep it on. He said for like 3 breaths. So like 1, 2, 3, and then you overtake. And I was thinking, oh, then you change lanes. And I was thinking to myself, like, I mean, again, that's what they say, so that's kind of, you know, the idea. So like I said, I put mine on, wait for a bit, check, then merge. But yeah, anyway, so there you go. So rule of thumb, ladies and germs, that's kind of a good one. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to probably rejoin you when I hop off the motorway. Because no one really wants to see me slamming it for ages, because it's not particularly exciting. Coming off here, we'll be going out to the A377. So this lane, A377. Pretty sure it's maybe 1 or 2. Oh, look, side. 76, sorry. Gizmo. Microphone's still in. I think so. Go on, asshole. Nice standing up. Hyperstrada. Oh, it's a Triumph 900. Nice. That's not how that road works, my friend. God, I'm showing myself up as a proper fucking newbie here, aren't I? I blame the camera. Makes me ride like a twat. Just completely forget how to ride. But you know, we can't be perfect all the time. So long as we're, you know, as safe as we can be. I'm going to knock this up into neutral, because apparently stopping in neutral is the safer course of action. Apparently if you stop in first for any longer than a few seconds, most bike drops tend to happen when you're in first. So most bike drops tend to happen in first. So if you drop a bike in first, what actually happens is you just skip past this guy. What tends to happen is, obviously if your bike's in first or it's in gear, the wheel will, the wheel will keep on spinning, and so then you've got a bike on top of you with spinning parts, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree that is not ideal. So third, second for this one, check the news, cool. Check that from the outside, pushing the bars, check the blind spot, right. Days. So it's 40 along here. I feel like at this point it's probably a good idea to mention, obviously I'm not perfect. I have not yet passed my advanced rider course, so I am not as of yet an advanced rider. I am merely a rider who is interested in getting better and being less shit. Because all of us at every point in our lives are varying levels of shit. It's just that, you know, some of us are less shit than others, and the idea is getting to be less shit than other people. Now, this is annoying. It's 40 limit. They're doing 35. I can't really in good conscience overtake them, because if I did, then I would absolutely be speeding, which, again, you should never plan to speed when you overtake someone. It is there should you need to, but you should never really plan to do it. So basically this means I'm sort of stuck in it, really. Which is quite annoying, because on a day like today, there is literally no reason, or very little reason, why you couldn't just speed up a little bit. Conditions are fine, the conditions are fine, the road surface is fine, there's no water or crap on the roads. This is a relatively good bit of road, and even if it wasn't, you're in a fucking you're in four wheels, like, you're probably absolutely fine to fucking jump over a pothole or two, so long as they're not obviously huge. Yeah. A lot of fucking heat damage in some of these trees. There's sure some of you probably already know, my day job, I'm a tree surveyor, or an arboricultural consultant is technical. Actually, technically I'm not, I'm an environmental specialist at the moment. But yeah, so you can see a lot of these brown stains. They are trees that are struggling a little bit in the heat. Quick die back. Trying to do a quick shift I screwed that earlier on, so come up. Back. This road is not particularly nice on my tyres. I keep just wanted to pull me off one way or another. Yeah, a lot of them are struggling. See the brown splotching in the canopies. Obviously the grass is like brown. We should get past this joke. We'll get around this corner and just get past it. Too fucking slowly. This is ridiculous. This is what I mean. At this point, it's borderline dangerous. Like, it's a 50 limit. Why are you doing 35? Like, you know, just get on yourself. Can't overtake because of the solid white lines. So you have a nice little distance behind. Again, I'm not an advanced rider. We can at least try. Why we can't, I suppose, at junctions, that'll be why we can't overtake. Why it's not a dotted white line. Up past Greendale. Oh, freezing cities. They do a banging breakfast, by the way. Greendale. It's a little expensive, but it's a good breakfast. That tastes good, like actual proper decent homemade stuff. So I think I'm gas a little bit more along here, don't they? Pick up speed a little bit. Here my rearview mirror is gorgeous. That sign there means the junction on the right hand side, so what that normally means that you want to do is you want to move into the left a little bit, left of the lane, just so again you protect yourself, keep an eye on the junction. Those ones, they can always be a bit bad, because if someone is, so for example, if this car now was turning left into this junction coming up on the left, that might mean a car sat there waiting to come out might pull out as well. It's like the rule, like number one rule is just if someone's turning left into a junction, assume someone is going to then come out of the same junction in front of you, so don't pass them when they're turning left. Wait until they've turned. Obviously just let them kind of go as you would do the normal flow of traffic. Now, I can't quite remember, I'm pretty sure the meeting at the top of the world is, we used to hang out quite a lot as kids around here, so I can't quite remember where it is, how I get there. I'm pretty sure sure it's along here. Yeah, I know it's along this road, but I can't quite remember if I need to turn right up there and go up that way. Up by the half thing. I'm not sure. Anyway, ladies and germs, how glorious. This is what motorcycle riding is all about. That. Can't really see because of the trees, but just you wait until we get a bit up past these bits. I mean, even this is a very, very pretty ride, very pretty, very nice place to be. This is exactly what I mean. Now I can see through the car, I know there's not someone there, so I could just net past him, but you can never really, some cars you can't, you think you can see but you can't, so you never really want to just blindly shove out around them, especially if they've been riding like a fucking lemon like that guy was. You don't really want to be like this guy in the middle of the road. But yeah, this is what motorcycle riding is all about. Look how gorgeous it is. Yes, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because this bit goes over to Venotri, which we don't want to go to. And this is a bit of an auction junction. People always cut that bit. This guy. Oh yeah, this is done. Back tyre might be a bit low on pressure, that might be why. It's wanting to stick in the rivets of the road, just to stick in them and fall over a little bit, like tram lining. So yeah, I mean, obviously if I was a bit more switched on I could maybe squirt past this guy, because it's 60 along here, I'm pretty sure. Again, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. He's probably going that way. No, he's just decided he's not going to go that way, so he's going to go along here somewhere instead then? Yeah. Thought so. Ugh. That's another reason why a GS is really annoyingly very good. Did I ever finish telling you that story? Yeah, so up in Bellaby, that guy was just like, oh, GS is the best bikes ever. And ever since then, I always kind of like, you know, disliked them, because I just didn't like the kind of person that rides them, because they're always like, you know, biking is about having fun. You know, it's about enjoying your ride and doing the thing. And that guy was just shitting on everyone else's bikes. You know, because he had a GS and it was the best thing ever. Now, having ridden one, it's very annoying, because I can completely appreciate actually just how good they really are. I love this bike. I don't really see any reason to want to get rid of it. It's that good, which is incredibly annoying, because I wish that I was a bit less attached. But you know, I've done thousands of miles on this bike in the 2 or 3 months that I've owned it. I've been all over the shop. I've been absolutely all over the shop. It's been brilliant every mile, to be honest. It's not really it's never caused me a problem as of yet. Haven't had any issues with it. I swapped the battery out and done a few other bits and bobs, gave it a full service and adjusted some of the valves and changed all the oils and all that kind of stuff, just as kind of good general maintenance, good general practice, and it's been absolutely fine. So we are pretty much, ladies and germs, just about to arrive at our destination. That is Woodbury. This is all Woodbury Common over here. We're going to head up around this copse of trees and turn up on the right. And hopefully Edward will be there waiting for me. He only lives in Exeter, so I'm hoping he should be ready to play radios. He's just picked up a new Baofeng UV5 RH, so it's got airband, which if you're not a radio dude means you can listen to like air traffic. He is not there currently. Okay, in that case we've got a bit more time to chat about the bike. Get ourselves over to probably go here maybe. Get ready to drop the bike because that's how we do. And we have landed. So there you go. Woodbury Common. Let's maybe, there's people over there, we'll go over there. But there you go. Happy days. Here she is in all of her glory. It's yeah, I really can't complain, to be honest. It's a good little bit of kit. I quite enjoy it. I quite like having it. You can see the state of the oil leak on the bottom there. It's it's pretty bad. I'm not sure what it is though. It can either be one of two things. It can either be the what's it called? Bearing for the crank, or no, not the bearing, the seal for the crank, or it can be for the crank position sensor. One of the two. So anyway, yeah, love a little bit of kit. See what I mean about chicken strips? See? So, still there. It's a very tall bike to lean over, but it's certainly not better than it was. But anyway, we are going to go and wander down, sit in the sun, and enjoy. So thanks for coming along, guys. As I said, please be nice to my riding in the comments. And I should have a little look over here quickly. Because this is actually a very, very pretty place. So back in the day there was no barrier there, so you could drive all the way up, and there's a big car park over there that you could stay. So here you go. Big car park you could park at and obviously have a look up. And so that's Exeter up there. Then obviously the River Exe is down over this bit, and then obviously Dawlish, Teignmouth and all that is over there, and then Exmouth is down the bottom, so you can see all of that from the top. So yeah, we used to come here quite a lot as kids. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching everyone. I'll catch you all on the next one.